So let me get this straight. Tay Roc just revealed that he gets 5,000 a month from caffeine to do his little show. Yeah, if you don't believe me, let's take a listen.
I totally forgot.
I like my 5,000 a month from caffeine. I don't know what the fuck everybody else getting, but I like what I'm getting.
I totally forgot. Look what she said. I just sent that to her.
Yeah.
I know where you live.
Bro, I know where you live.
Yeah.
That's funny as shit.
I totally had forgot.
Yeah,
to.
DJ. What, you think I'm just talking just to talk? No, I'm not talking because I got lips, my nigga. No, I'm not. I'm talking because I'm getting paid to talk, my nigga. That's why I'm talking.
Who said that?
I'm not talking because I got lips. I'm talking
Who
because
the
I
fuck
get
said
paid
that
to talk.
though?
Yeah, I don't know what everybody else getting for caffeine, but that's my number. Because I like to talk about my number sometimes. Since niggas think that nobody gets money on caffeine, I don't know who ain't getting money, but I'm getting money on caffeine.
5,000 a month for this man's show, right? Just him. Now let's assume he's being truthful. I have no reason to not believe him. Okay, but he gets caffeine is throwing away 5,000 a month to pay Tay Roc, right? When this is what we're dealing with on caffeine. Last month they generated for an entire website 211,000 views, down 45%. The entire website generated 2,111 views. Okay, that URL is probably most of those views, by the way. Even if Tay Roc himself got 211,000 views for the month, he still wouldn't be worth $5,000 a month. This is insane. What is do the investors at caffeine know what's going on over here? That's just Tay Roc. How much you think they're paying DNA? How much you think they're paying Goods? How much you think they're paying this guy? How much you think they're paying this guy? How much you think they're paying these bloggers? Bro, what are they paying over excess of $100,000 to $150,000 a month to these battle rappers? Oh my God! Like no wonder why they won't say a word against caffeine and they won't justify these numbers. This is their money, man. They're robbing the bank. All right, they're getting free money. Jay Black, they're making free money. All right, they generate no views. If you guys are, no one. I know you guys like to come on here and say, "Oh, DME, you hating," but you don't argue the numbers. Why is it hate? It's just simple mathematics. Look, all right, I'm talking. This is a business talk. All right, if you don't enjoy it, all right, if it triggers you, if it upsets you, all right, this is not a safe space for you. Go leave right now. All right, if you can't handle this conversation for whatever mental problem you have in your head, but I think this is fascinating that a website, bro, caffeinemagazine.com or some trash, all right, they get 7 billion views a month. These guys, caffeine.blahblahblah.org, I was looking at a bunch of them. They're higher ranked than this place, all right? And I actually went to their website. It's like there's nothing there. It has a few it's weird, okay? They're ranked 260,000th in the world. There's 260,176 websites in the world that get more views. But forget the number. There's no views. This is the number. This is the total number. Tay Roc was going on a thing about how his one-rounders are generating all these millions of views and how he's the one-round king because his one-rounders get millions of views, all right? Tay Roc, that's fine, but on caffeine, you probably get 5,000 to or less views a month, and they're giving you $5,000. You're getting like $1,000 a view, bro. This is crazy. What they're doing? What is wrong with them? They really just wasting these people's money, and I wonder if the investors have any idea what's really going on. This is the worst way to try to build a streaming website by paying. Good for them. I'm glad they're robbing the bank, bro. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. Absolutely. If they're gonna pay you $5,000 a month to do a show a few days a week, all right, that generates no views, by all means, please steal their money, take it. It's corporate money. They're the dum-dums. It's not your fault. I want to know how much they've given Smack and Beasley, all right? If they're giving Tay Roc $5,000 a month, I want to know how much they're paying Smack and Beasley, bro. Smack and Beasley done got rich, and good for them off of this. But, it'd be nice if it started trickling. I guess this is the way for the maybe they worked out a deal where they make them do their shows, because there's no way like their show's not worth $5,000 a month. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, not with these views. You can't justify it whatsoever. There's literally no justification. No one will have this argument with me because you can't argue it. They know they lost from the beginning, from the jump. There's nothing to argue. All they're going to do is call me names, call me a hater, call me a weirdo. All right? But once they start doing that, you already know they have no argument and they've lost. And I challenge anybody to just try to argue these numbers. URL and all these battle rappers, whatever they're getting paid does not justify this number of 200. That's the website as a whole. Let's say URL is at least 50% of that. So that's 100,000 views a month that all these pay-per-views are getting. All right? And then what are the battlers getting, really? What is Mike P generating? 600 views? Like, come on, man. How much is Jay Black getting? And what is he generating on Caffeine? How many people are really watching them? Because Jay Black himself on YouTube does better than the entire Caffeine website in a month. Explain that to me. I'm just confused. RBE in one day gets more views on their general page on YouTube, just generally, than Caffeine does all month. RBE. I just don't understand this what's happening here and what this company is. What is this company? Is it just an experimental company for a snotty rich kid trying to make a dream and just wasting people's money in the hopes of becoming something? They've got to be petrified at these numbers, bro. If this number doesn't bounce next month with Summer Madness involved, this is the make it or break. And it's like, even if they jump to 500,000 next month with Summer Madness, they're still lower than they were in January. That's the problem here. They're going into the biggest event of the year, all right, coming off their lowest number in history of the website in the past 2 years. We'll say in the past 2 years because that's how long I've been following it. In the past 2 years, last month was their worst month ever. And now Summer Madness is going to come. So even if remember, they lost 45% from last month. Last month, they were in the 400,000, I think, around there. Low 400s. Or it might have been like 390, something like that. All right, so now they're here at 211. This is a maker. Imagine if they go down. It's almost impossible, but anything's possible. But even if they hover around this number, this low number, I have a strong feeling it's going to bounce back to around the 500,000 mark. All right. They might even hit 600,000 depending on how well Summer Madness does. But you can't just keep depending on URL to drop pay-per-view after pay-per-view just to keep you guys above water. Because obviously when they don't have a huge pay-per-view, a la the month of August when they had Ultimate Madness 4, it's not a coincidence that Ultimate Madness 4, filled with a bunch of battle rappers as nobody knows, the new crew, all right, generated the lowest rated season month in the history of Caffeine. It's not a coincidence. So they're beholden to what URL does. This whole website is beholden to them. And as far as paying these battle rappers, hey y'all, get your money. All right, take. If they're willing to give it to you, take it until the wheels fall off. But at what expense? You gotta understand, you're making money, but you're doing something. But it's not going to make you money in the long run because nobody's watching you. It's like you're just talking to collect. What do you got? Like who's watching you? Nobody. You can if you took your brand and expanded it in other places and wasn't just beholden. But I think the deal is with caffeine, you can only like probably stream live on caffeine. Probably can drop your videos on other platforms, but you can only stream live on one platform, which hurts y'all. Just like the app hurts the battle rappers, doesn't get them exposure. You lose exposure, and maybe some people don't care. Maybe they don't want that exposure, or maybe they're battle rappers who already have that exposure and don't really need any more exposure because they're top tier names, like a Tay Roc, like a Good, so it doesn't really matter to them. They're just gonna sit there, collect their check, get their what is it? 5 times 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, get their $72,000 a year. And that's a decent living for them, and I'm not begrudging them like that. That's very good. I'm not a hater. That's a salute. I'm looking at it at a business standpoint. What in the F is caffeine thinking? This is because their whole model is messed up. They're trying to buy their way into the streaming world when that's never worked in the past. You cannot buy your way into this. It has to grow organically. Your audience has to pay for the streamers. That's the only way this will work. And you've decided to do the opposite route with no VOD, mind you, a live version of that with no VOD. So you've done this so backwards. And that's why you continue to lose money and continue to lose viewership month over month over month over month. My question is, how long before the ship sinks? If you don't think it's going to sink, then you need to explain to me where you see the growth. There is no growth. We've been watching the numbers for 2 years. It has gone down. And it's at a level where almost no one's tuning in. So you can sit there and make up all these little things and, you have this, they're going to be doing this, that, and the other. All right? Numbers don't lie. And just simply calling me a hater doesn't change the numbers. Love you guys. Let me know what you think. Peace.